The morning my family tried to take my home started with a knock that shook the front door. I had just poured my first cup of coffee when I opened it and found my mother smiling as if she had come to visit. Behind her stood my father, a locksmith, and a moving truck blocking my driveway. "Good morning," my mother said cheerfully. "Brielle is moving in today. She needs this house more than you do." For a moment I couldn't speak. I looked past them at the movers waiting for instructions. They were preparing to empty the home I had spent years working to buy. My house. Every payment had come from my salary. I had saved for years to make the down payment, worked late nights, skipped vacations, and lived far below my means. This home wasn't a gift. It was the reward for years of sacrifice. My father folded his arms. "We help you get this place," he said. "It's family property." I almost laughed. The only help they had ever given me was paying for moving boxes and lunch on moving day. I had paid them back that same week. Still, they had spent years telling people they had helped buy my house growing up. My younger sister Brielle was always the favorite. She was beautiful, charming, and knew exactly how to make people feel sorry for her. If she cried, everyone rushed to comfort her. If I cried, my mother handed me a tissue and reminded me to be strong. So I became strong. I built a successful career in finance, saved every extra dollar, and eventually bought the home I had always dreamed of owning. Instead of celebrating my success, my family saw an opportunity. 2 months before Brielle's wedding, she began complaining about her small apartment. "It isn't good enough," she sighed during dinner one night. "Carter's family expects better." My mother squeezed her hand. "You deserve somewhere beautiful." Then my father looked at me. "Samantha has plenty of space." That was the beginning. After that came the phone calls, the hints. The emotional pressure. Mom sent pictures of decorations around my swimming pool. Dad asked whether my guest rooms were just sitting empty. My brother suggested I let Brielle stay just for a few months. Every conversation pushed me toward giving away the home I had worked so hard to build. Then one evening, everything became clear. I accidentally received a voice message meant for one of Brielle's friends. She was laughing. "Mom and Dad are handling Samantha this weekend," she said. "I'll be moving into the house before the wedding. She won't fight it. She never does." The message ended. I stood frozen in my kitchen. For years I had convinced myself my family simply misunderstood me. Now I realized they had been planning to push me out of my own home. That night I barely slept. Instead, I gathered every important document I owned. The deed. Mortgage statements, bank records. Receipts. Even Brielle's voice message. The next day I met with my attorney, Ellen Park. After reviewing everything, she looked at me confidently. "They have absolutely no legal claim to this property. So what do I do if they show up?" "You don't argue," she replied. "You don't touch anyone. You call the authorities and let the documents speak for themselves." So that Saturday morning, when my parents arrived with movers and a locksmith, I already knew what to do. "You need to leave," I said calmly. My mother smiled. "Don't embarrass yourself. Brielle has already told people she's moving in today. My sister doesn't own this house." Dad stepped forward. "It's too big for one woman. It belongs to one woman." I answered. The locksmith quietly interrupted. "I'm going to